What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 with our Italian campaign. We are obviously doing phenomenally well. The USSR has capitulated. Norway is obviously getting annihilated from the German Reich. We still am yet to basically cross the English Channel. However, if you look on into the Caribbean, we've obviously taken Bermuda, we've taken the Greater Bahamas and the Lesser Bahamas, we have taken Jamaica, and of course, most of the islands, including Puerto Rico. Now, as you can remember from our last episode, we sent in 72 units of U.S. Defense Divisions, and they were absolutely annihilated. We're about to go ahead and try another invasion. I am really just nervous if this is going to work, if it's not. But, you know, obviously we gotta try. So let's go ahead and obviously prep. We are basically waiting around 60 days before we can finally begin our actual invasion. So for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and flip around a lot of these construction classes. The more military factories that we produce are most likely going to either go into mechanized or modern tank divisions. Now, obviously, we're lacking a little bit of tungsten, but we do have a lot of oil, a lot of steel, and a lot of chromium. So it would make a ton of sense to really just plow into as many modern tanks as we can get. I don't even know if mechanized are really all that worth it anymore. You know what? Part of me wants to switch these out, but the other part of me thinks that's a bad idea. So other than that, let's just leave it as it is. I have a lot of unread everything. Basically, a lot of these are just destroying convoys. So therefore, we will unread convoy raider battles will be removed. And unread naval battles. A lot of victories, sinking quite a bit of Canadian ships. Unfortunately, nothing too devastating. This looks like a heavy cruiser. Wow. I'm liking some of those results. So ultimately, we're going to be declaring... We've already declared war, and we're going to try to do another naval invasion. It certainly might not work. Looks like we are sinking some submarines. Doing a little bit of damage here. Yeah, as you can see, they have a lot of troops, and I'm just obviously a little concerned, because if this doesn't work out, we are going to be down a lot of units. And obviously we want to do everything in our power to ensure victory. We now are making 23 modern tanks a day. It might even be a better idea to just keep producing so many modern tanks. You know, I'm not even sure that we need mechanized, as it obviously takes, you know, resources that we don't have. In the meantime, we are still investing in our jet tactical bombers, researching at 105 days left. We are building a better version of the actual mechanized vehicle. Armored Spearhead would be practically amazing to have. It would give all of our tanks more organization and breakthrough. And of course, night vision would be useful as well. Trying to look around, close air support would be practically useful. Still need to obviously produce whatever we can. Should I build a variety of air bases inside the Bahamas? I could have air support, and that might not be a bad idea. So let's actually get a level 3 base inside the Bahamas. Now, do I have radar? Not really. And what I don't want to do is build a level 6 radar station inside the Bahamas. I don't think that would really be that phenomenal, but I do want a small airbase. Okay, I also would like some bombers. I do have a variety of very weak close air support. You know what? I definitely could throw those into the fray. Though I would like some jet tactical bombers. I would like a lot more modern tanks. We have 1,100 right now, and we could make even more. I think what I'm going to do is actually remove this mechanized equipment, because I'm never going to use it. And I don't want to lose a lot of manpower if we don't need to. So let's just build up our modern tanks. We want this to be decommissioned, and then the P-41-1 series. Same thing again. And pump out as many as we can. We obviously are still building up our Navy, though it doesn't necessarily matter as much anymore. Because it looks like we are only going to be producing one carrier after this. Actually, no carriers after this completes. I don't think we really need any more. Obviously, we are annihilating anything that they throw at us. And the only real enemies are the United Kingdom and the US. We have taken pretty much all of Africa. And obviously most of France is where all of the production and resources are. Okay, so everybody is prepped and getting very, very close for a war. Norway has capitulated, and we've got roughly about, I want to say 30 days until we can actually begin. Yeah, perfect, 30 days until we can actually begin this invasion. Looks like we are taking down some submarines, They are trying to flee, and they can't do anything at all. Wow, we took down a heavy cruiser too. That's pretty nice. Let's actually go to speed 5, because we are kind of wasting a little bit of time here. Still waiting for... Wow, we have a lot of naval invasions. I don't think these guys are going to really... We're being attacked. Not... Well, I don't know what's happening. They invaded us. We lost a lot of units. That's sad to see. We lost about 5 units of tanks. Maybe we can go ahead and build some more in time. It makes me wonder how exactly that happened. Obviously, they did a naval invasion. But I'm wondering how that happened. We should be able to destroy this very, very easily. Don't see any sunken heavy cruisers. But the reason why I'm concerned is I think my units tried to run around to the different islands, rather than just defending the island itself. So now we've lost 5 units. We are practically almost ready to go. And where is this airbase? Here it is. My number 1 priority is to put in every single close air support fighter that I have, which doesn't seem like that many. Here it is, close air support 1. Something like that, and then they will all go in and try to do a little bit of assistance. I get that it might not necessarily work out, but, you know, at least we can try. We also need to go ahead and probably throw in a few interwar fighters. Those will obviously get destroyed as well. You guys are going to come north, do some air superiority, and therefore we are also improving, or at least we were. Well, we were improving the airbase, now we can't, so I think now we have way too many units. This will have to go down to 100. And this will have to go down to 100 too. I'm actually kind of upset about that. Let's move this to 150. Set limit, and then this down to 50. And we are pretty much ready to go. This could be suicide, I don't know for sure. Should I add more modern tanks into the fray? I don't really know. I'm hoping the idea is to basically secure a foothold, unlike last time, and just continue to grow wherever we can. But it looks like the time has almost arrived. Okay, still doing a lot of massive victories. Destroying a lot of light cruisers, destroying a lot of convoys, a lot of resources should not be reaching their destination, which is good to see. We finally were able to take out that heavy cruiser. And what was here? 8 submarines.
Pronto, signore.
Okay, looks like we are finally about to execute this plan. It could be the biggest mistake of our career. Looks like we're going into something that has a defense, which makes me incredibly nervous, so we might have to remaneuver these guys. And it looks like there are some tanks, but we might be able to win. And like I said, our number 1 priority is basically just to take a port. And we could swing down to Miami, which probably would be our best option because we can't be swarmed from behind. Now we're going to go ahead and go from 9 like this, and then 9 like that. And then these first 9 I'm going to shift and then over to Miami. So we're attacking from 2 areas. I have no idea if this is going to work. We're certainly going to try our best. And we're swinging in. And it looks like our modern tanks are going to be useful. But we are losing some supplies. Can we take the port of Miami? I guess that's the question. And it looks like we can. Our number 1 priority is going to be building an airbase inside Florida. Our number one priority is building up the naval base inside Miami, pushing that all the way to the top. Can I build anything? Can I build an air base? We supposedly have an air base. I just don't know where. Up here. So now our next priority, I want these guys to be changed to the color green. Everybody is now going to join this group because he is a field marshal. And surprisingly enough, we actually lost. Oh, no, it was just 5 units. I can't auto-deploy these units because they're not at 20%, but the idea is to basically have all 67 units here, create an offensive line up to Tampa, and I don't think we're going to activate it yet, but I do want as many tanks coming in as we possibly can get our hands on. And much like before, I'm probably going to create a division of 12 just to do a lot of naval invasions. Obviously take some islands and just try our best. A lot of additional tanks moving on in. And I'm guessing we could probably go ahead and activate. I'm just worried that it's not going to... Well, I think it'll be fine. Now that we have modern tanks. And now that we can't be swarmed from behind. So far, so good. Now that we actually have an airbase, let's send all of these planes on over. And once again, same goal. Though we could probably add a lot more fighters now. 400, and I guess we'll do another 400, however many we have. Now, I'm guessing a lot of these fighters are actually going to basically die. I'm very surprised that we actually not only managed to take Tampa, but obviously we took Miami. Let's go ahead and build up this radar station because I'm going to need one of those. We already have a level 1, but I want the strongest one possible. Everybody is pushing on in through Florida. Our tanks are doing phenomenally well. We're down 1.4 thousand light tanks, which makes me wonder, should I just remove you and make you into a modern tank? Let's remove this, add another modern tank, and I think this will be our new actual divisions. Now we're down 2.2 thousand, but we should have enough in 70 days. And we are building more as time goes on. Getting a lot of experience as well. Another thing that we need to do is not only do we need to do some repairs of the infrastructure in Florida, but we also need to build up the naval bases wherever we can. Maybe in Tampa, maybe inside Miami. And I'm still waiting for some of these tanks. So now we have the 5 that we needed. And if they can make it over, they are going to join these 72 and create an offensive line. I'm guessing all the way to South Carolina and just try to take a few states that we can. This is looking like a horrible, horrible line. Let's also take Alabama, and we'll do something like that. And we have a balanced manner, and I guess we could just go ahead and activate. I don't think we're really going to be in too much of an issue. All of our tanks appear to be doing well. The enemy has a lot of troops here, but so do we. Man, I would love to have better fighters, but we just don't. And you know what? I probably should build up the infrastructure just a little bit inside Florida. That means we could have even more troops. Still working on taking a variety of areas. I want these 24 to go here because it doesn't look like they're really doing anything. These 12 can go here. And surprisingly enough, it looks like the enemy is prevailing. Okay, we could get better logistics companies. I guess we will. Jet tactical bombers finally being unlocked. And don't get me wrong, we're doing a lot of damage, but, you know, it's not as great as I thought it would be. What are we missing? Is it motorized? Modern tanks. So we have enough motorized. Jet tactical bombers finally being unlocked. Now we're going to need a lot of tungsten, which we probably don't have either. Can we continue down in Blitzkrieg? No, we cannot. Support equipment, everything is being unlocked. Let's go ahead and unlock... Yeah, we don't really even use infantry. Like, we use motorized and mechanized. I mean, I guess we could get this. It's not really useful anymore. And we're about to get some more oil that we absolutely don't need. But I guess finally removing it from the queue might not be a bad plan. Naval bases finally being constructed. Looks like one was finally finished in Miami. And everybody's still pushing north, or trying to. I would like to have this level 2 naval base. It would really do a lot of, you know, assistance. Let's send these 9 over as well. And it looks like, you know, there is a fort here, but I don't know why they're holding out so easily. We're attacking into the attacking into the forest. In Florida? That's weird. I mean, I guess we have the Ocala National Forest. Okay, never mind. I guess there is a forest, because I've been there. Alright, I don't want to read all of these unread naval battles. We've won most of them, and then a lot of victories. Start Lend-Lease, no thank you, and send volunteers, or accept volunteers from Venezuela. The enemy has a lot of troops, and I'm wondering what the best way is to go about this. We've just unlocked night vision. Let's go ahead and I guess unlock infantry anti-tank. It's going to help the motorized and mechanized, but we don't really use those. I wonder why we're having such a hard time. We obviously don't have enough organization. We're going to get more in about 72 days. It might even be our actual experience, because as we add more and more tanks, they're not really trained. I don't know the best way to go about this. Looks like we're actually falling back, which makes me nervous. Can we dig in for now? We probably could. And now we're gaining a little bit of planning, or at least most of us are. Actually, we're getting pushed back again. Fiat has been unlocked. Let's begin working on better, I don't know if we even need Marines. Better military police, because we can. And I really hope we don't lose this, but we certainly could. And that would be a pretty big issue. I want to add more modern tanks, but we're down so many. 131 days. Is it going the right way or the other way? I don't know. And it looks like we're being pushed back on almost every side. So I don't even know if this is really a viable plan. I definitely don't want to lose all of these units again. Looking at Bermuda, can we go ahead and improve the infrastructure a little bit? Probably, as we are most likely going to be retreating to a variety of these areas. Looking at the naval bases, that needs to go to level 5. This can go to level 7. I mean, I don't know if we're winning this. Looking for the US, how many troops have they lost? 4 million, while Italy has lost 2.7 million. Huh. Alright, well, what we could try to do is aggressively activate. We're also getting a bunch of different traits, or at least we're working on it. Let's actually try to activate. It certainly might not work, but that doesn't mean we can't try. Aggressively execute the battle plans. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But, I mean, we could certainly try. We're winning a few fights. I think these are basically when they're attacking us. Well, is there anything I can do? Unread naval convoy raids, unread naval battles. If we have to retreat, we obviously will. And then we could build a lot more tanks. But it looks like, I don't know if we could really push through this. I mean, they have a lot of infantry units. They have a lot of anti-tank. A lot of everything. Even anti-infantry, but obviously don't have many infantry units.
Si, signore.
I don't know if this invasion of Florida is worth it. We're losing a lot of tanks. Let's go in the opposite direction. So now it's 148 days.
Si, signore.
So I think what I'm gonna do is try to retreat.
Pronto, signore.
All the way back. Let's split these guys in half. All of you are gonna go here. Let's split these guys in half. All of you are gonna go here to Puerto Rico.
Si, signore.
Okay, are these guys going to Jamaica? They should be. Yeah, I believe so.
Mantenete le distanze.
Okay, and now these 36, what we're going to do is take half and then put 18 all the way back. I'm guessing inside the Bahamas, but this looks like a bad plan, much like before, so I will send you to Bermuda. And then these 18 are going to hold the line however they can. Let's create a fallback line on Miami. Put all of them there, so then they could basically just continue growing. I hope none of these guys get overwhelmed. They certainly could. But the idea is to just protect our assets, as we are obviously losing a lot of modern tanks, and we should not be. Okay, so far so good. How is the evacuation coming? Very poorly. So we've got a few small areas here that were being worked on. These can go down, these can go down. Eventually we're going to have to retreat. But the idea is if we can get more and more modern tanks and more of everything else, yeah, we need motorized equipment. I don't know the best way to do an invasion. We obviously don't seem to be prepared enough. Maybe more modern tanks, maybe better land doctrines.
Continuate ad avanzare.
Okay, so we've lost a tank. Not really that bad of a deal, though. And what we need to do is let's build one more. And actually, we've lost a few. And all 15 of you need to immediately retreat, I guess, to Bermuda. We've lost a few, actually. 1, 2, and then 3. So we've lost 5. Assuming that all 15 of these units actually get out. These naval invasions aren't working as well as we had planned. I guess with these 12, we could definitely put them to good use. If we get out in time, at least. Some units are escaping, some are just getting wiped out and destroyed. So now we need 8, 9, 10. So we need 10 in total. Luckily, we're producing 13. Well, Florida's been recaptured. I wonder where the best way is that to begin our naval invasion. Obviously, we have 72 troops. You would think they would do well, but I guess we need a lot more modern tanks. It's going to be 129 days. I don't know. What could we do? Build better production. We have a lot of naval battles again. Mostly just destroying a bunch of convoys. Well, I guess we're gonna end this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you in our next adventure.